If you're between the ages of 18 and 25, right now is the time to take the biggest risk. This is a fairly well-studied financial advice you'll get from financial advisors or something. Economically, you want to take the highest risk when you're the youngest because you have the most time to recover from loss, right? Generally, someone who is getting close to retirement age and trying to retire does not want to be, let's say for invested in really high risk stocks. Normally people start to move their wealth holdings into sort of bonds, into ETFs, into S&P 500, like big things that are fairly stable. There can be fluctuations, but that are fairly stable over a long amount of time. But if you're young, there's no need to be doing that yet. Now, I'm not vying for being financially irresponsible and spending on, luxury items or stupid things you can't afford. However, the time to take the biggest risk is when you have the least to lose and when you don't have as much depending on you. So this, of course, will vary person to person based on financial situation. But right now, I'm 21 years old. I don't have, any kids or dependents or anything like that. So nobody is financially relying on me directly. In that scenario, and I know a lot of young people share this, don't be afraid to do the crazy play. Don't be afraid to take the crazy shot. Don't be afraid to take the largest risk, because there is never again a time in your life in which you have a ton of time to recover, in which you have no dependents, in which you have no one relying on you, in which it's not as serious yet. And maybe you have an idea and maybe it fails. I tried to start a shoe cleaning business one time and I spent about $200 on supplies. This was back in high school. And then I found out that I couldn't really restore deep damage to the shoes and people weren't really willing to pay for just a cleaning. They wanted deeper restoration. And at that point, I didn't have the materials to be able to actually re-sole a shoe or anything. So the business failed and I lost $200 and lesson learned. But I did learn a lot. It was fun. I tried something, and I was 17 at the time. That's very recoverable, If you're taking larger risk when you're older, it's not as recoverable and there might be more at stake. So while you have the opportunity, take big risks. Don't be too afraid. Don't take stupid risks. They should be somewhat calculated, right? There should be a reasonable chance of success, or at least a reasonable chance that it will be okay. That you're not going to actually end in ruin and that your life's going to end. So that's it for this week's video. Just don't be afraid to take some risks, guys. Life is short, and if you're young, this is the prime time. And even if you're not young, if you're older, don't be afraid to take some risks that you've been, hesitant to before. Make sure anyone who's dependent on you will be taken care of course. But beyond that, don't be afraid. Thank you for watching Pro Game Knowledge.